Hello, my friend. Wherever you are, I'm sending you love, the power of positivity. I gotta watch where I'm going. And vitamin D somewhere up there, but let's do a 360. Uh, where are we? I know we are up in the north part of the Reforma, which is like the in Oaxaca. But welcome to the Godzillionaires Club. If you know where I'm at, hit me up. The only essential oil in the universe where you can take it and become enlightened, or you can use it to battle evil spirits, aka butthurt people. Hit me up by making a video. You know, if you're the video kind of person, hit me up, let me know. But let's talk about freedom. Let's talk about the Constitution. And I'm pretty sure, you know, like I hear this over and over and over. Only in America we have the Constitution, but that is not true. If you go to other country, they might call it differently, but the Constitution is everywhere. Now, what is the Constitution? Why do we need it? Well, I don't know. In America, it's basically it's freedom. But here's the tricky part, okay? Well, first of all, let's break it down. If everyone has the right, it means that, it means that you cannot implement your rights, your belief on other people. You can express your opinion, but you cannot force people to believe what you believe, right? And it's kind of related to the last video, but not really. You know how nowadays we're just forcing kids, pushing kids to be confused about who they are. But putting that aside, like having freedom is not imposing your freedom on other people, okay? That is the gist of freedom. Now, let's go to the Constitution. I've recently started, not yet, I'm still learning about the process, but I will start on the process of how to correct my status from a citizen to a national. And you might wonder, what does that mean? Well, from what I've learned, so basically when the Constitution was written, it's supposed to be the right, natural right for people. And back in Europe, right? Like there was a feudal system. So basically so I'm just sharing you what I've learned. Don't quote me on anything. You should do your own research. But the feudal system is like a caste system for the peasants and the higher class, right? So that's why the Constitution were written, because back then there were laws for the peasant. And then, the founding fathers escaped that system and they wrote the Constitution to protect the peasant. You're like, Con, you're so mean. Why do you call people peasants? Wake up, buddy. Wake up. Wake up. Oh, it's okay. You can go back to sleep. That's what it is. That's what it was. It still is, if you don't know. So basically, the 14th Amendment is... what was the 14th Amendment? God darn it. Oh, man. But it's pretty much like it's like the right to citizen, or being a citizen of, of whatever country that the Constitution is written for, right? So in America is the Constitution. So you're the citizen of the U.S. But what does that mean? Who determines citizenship? What does it mean? As far as I know, so there, I got this wrong, and I have to admit, having the internet is good, because I was reading some stuff, right? And I thought that the 14th Amendment, it basically there is Article 1, Section 10 to the 14th Amendment, but there are only 5 sections in the Amendment 14. And if you kind of read through it, which I didn't, because why would I? That's too tough for me. But I think the very last section, it says that Congress shall make laws, right? But the obligation of contract, that really break down the, what is a citizen. And from what I've learned as a citizen of the United States, pretty much almost everyone, you are not protected by the Constitution. So there is a misconception, when people are talking about the Constitution, and in America we should fight for the Constitution, but nobody ever talk about the 14th Amendment and the obligation of contract. What is the definition of the Constitution? And so after the Civil War, right, slavery were freed, and it's kind of sidestepped the Constitution by putting the 14th Amendment in there to keep the peasant or slave in place. And there are cases after cases after case after case after case after case, like kind of go, with the Supreme Courts, right? What you mean? My head hurt. My head hurt. God, stop. And being a citizen, the only rights that you have is to live on the land. That piece of paper that we call the Constitution, citizens are not protected by the Constitution. And that's where the national term comes in. Now, like I said, I recently learned about this topic. There is a process of how to correct your status from being a citizen to a national. And when you are a national, then you are legitimately, and I mean legitimately, protected by the Constitution. And when I found out, I was really, really distraught in a way where, man, this whole time people keep talking about the Constitution, but what is the Constitution, right? And when I found out that there is a citizen status and a national status, oh my God, I was blown away. And I was like, how come this information is not getting out to the people? Like, if we really truly want to free the people, we have to do it within the law. And the rule of law is there, and this is the kind of stuff that we should be talking about, but nobody ever talk about it, which is kind of crazy to me. Either I'm going crazy or there is too much power behind it, power of the beast, to keep everyone enslaved, and that's why this topic is never mentioned. So my friend, I will keep you posted as I go through this process of correcting my status to become a national. So with that being said, my friend, wherever you are, I'm sending you love. If you know much about this topic, please make a video. Let me know more about it. I'm learning as I go. I'm not the kind of there's a word for it. Academic, right? Academic, like the only thing that I know from the Constitution is the First Amendment and the Second Amendment. That's all I need. But now I have to read the 14th Amendment? Come with me to the dark side. What? Y'all be tripping. But my friend, let me know, make a video, use the hashtag Gazillionaires Club, and let's have this conversation going. I think it's an important topic, and if we are truly for the American people, if we are truly for the people, I think that is one of the ways to set the people free, truly free. And by the way, like I said earlier, the Constitution was written to protect the peasant. So who is in charge? Who is in charge of the bigger part of the Constitution, right? Because if the Constitution is written, oh my God, if the Constitution is written, as a law, then who is in charge of looking at those laws, right? So it means that there's a system in place to keep all of us as slaves or peasants, whatever you want to call it. And I think if we want to free a nation, then we have to do it through the rule of law. And it just blew my mind when I, but my friend, let's have a conversation, okay? This is an important topic. So much love. I will see you in the next video. Ta-da.